When we think of angels, we certainly imagine the Hollywood caricature of these celestial beings, don't we? Beautiful works, blonde, sometimes dressed in imposing battle armor, their hair almost always long and generally accompanied by a divine aura. Not to mention the representations that give them that unique supernatural aspect. Did you know that according to the Bible, these beings don't have such an angelic appearance? Yes, welcome to the narrated Bible, and you are very welcome here. Subscribe and enjoy the video. Well, it's not in Hollywood that we find this lively image of angels, but rather in churches and mainly in their stained glass windows. These beings are portrayed as serene creatures, dressed in beautiful clothes and always appearing to be calm, with a very peaceful demeanor. There are also illustrations of angels known as cherubs, generally represented by blonde children with curly hair, wearing white shawls and carrying objects like bows and arrows, or even musical instruments anyway. Various types of angels that I'll explain better to you. After all, what is an angel? The word comes from the Greek term angelos, which means messenger. They were created by God with the purpose of transmitting his messages and will to the world. These beings, unlike humans, do not have their own will, that is, free will. They have a single mission in the world, to fulfill God's will, just that. In case you didn't know, the study of these beings is an important religious segment, especially for Catholics. The subject of theology has been analyzed and developed by great names, such as Thomas Aquinas. According to angelology, there are many angelic beings, seraphim, cherubim, principalities, archangels, and angels, among many others. They would also be divided into classes and hierarchies, with some being more important and powerful, while others would be responsible for simpler tasks. Another important theme for this subject is angelology, which would be the worship or devotion to these creatures. As already mentioned, Catholics are the ones who pay the most homage to these beings, which is rejected by Judaism and Protestantism. It is also worth remembering that Lucifer was an angel, the angel of light. After betraying God by competing with him, he was expelled to hell along with his followers, who were also angels and became demons. About demons, we have a small notion that they are horrifying beings with monstrous appearances, corrupted by their own wickedness. However, the real physical aspect of angels, according to the Holy Scriptures, could also scare people. Frequently, the first word of these beings is, "Do not be afraid," since when they appear to humans, they usually cause fear in those who see them. It is worth noting that their real appearance can be very different. In the Bible, in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 14, it is clear that the creatures are spiritual and have a real physical appearance. However, from time to time, there is a need to show themselves to men, carrying with them the messages of God. In the book of Luke, for example, the angel that appears in the shepherd's field scares everyone, causing great fear among the men who witnessed his arrival. Although in this specific passage the fear provoked was by the angel's demonstration of God's power, which shone around him as he descended from the heavens. When we read the literary descriptions of angels in the Bible, it becomes easier to understand why their first phrase is, "Do not be afraid," because angels are generally represented by very different little angels than you might imagine. These figures, who would be responsible for guarding the gates of Eden and asking for the return of humans after Adam and Eve's expulsion, only had their image softened long after the Bible was written. According to the book of Ezekiel, they would be beings with 4 wings and 4 faces. The first face would be that of a bull, the second of a man, the third like a lion, and the fourth the face of an eagle. Their feet would be like calves' hooves but made of bronze, and around their bodies there would be flames of fire and rays. Other examples of angel citations in the Bible also describe them in such a way. Angels who appear to Abraham as men dressed in white, Genesis 18:2. The angel who appears to Daniel with a face like lightning, eyes like fiery torches, arms and legs like polished bronze, Daniel 10:6, and the angel Gabriel, with the appearance of a man dressed in fine linen, with a face like lightning and eyes like fiery torches,